In a small town in the United States, there lived a boy named Ethan. Ethan was exceptionally bright in his studies, and everyone praised his intelligence and sharp mind. However, he had one major flaw: he did not use his time wisely. Instead of focusing on productive tasks, he spent most of his days playing video games, scrolling through social media, and chatting with friends for hours. His parents tried several times to explain to him the value of time, but Ethan never seemed to grasp its importance. He always thought, "I have plenty of time. I can do everything later. For now, let me enjoy life." One day, the results of the annual school exams were announced. To his shock, Ethan had scored below average, far worse than expected. The teachers who once praised him were now disappointed. Even his friends, who used to admire him, started distancing themselves. When Ethan returned home, he saw his parents looking at his report card with visible disappointment in their eyes. He felt angry at himself but didn't know how to change his habits. That night, feeling lost, Ethan went to his grandfather, who was one of the most respected and wise elders in town. Sitting beside him, Ethan shared his troubles and asked, "Grandpa, I don't understand why I failed this time, even though I'm a good student." His grandfather listened carefully and then smiled, saying, "Son, the problem isn't that you're not a good student. The problem is that you have taken time for granted. Time is extremely precious. If used wisely, it can lead you to success. But if wasted, it will pull you back." Confused, Ethan asked, "But Grandpa, we always have time, don't we? I can always use it later, right?" His grandfather became serious and said, "No, son. Time is like the flowing water of a river. Once it flows away, it never comes back. Let me tell you a story that will help you understand the value of time." His grandfather began, "Many years ago, there was a successful businessman named Richard. He had immense wealth, a luxurious mansion, and many employees. However, he had a bad habit of wasting his time on trivial matters. He would wake up late, spend time at social gatherings instead of working on his business, and postpone every important task by saying, 'I'll do it tomorrow.' One day, a wise mentor visited Richard and said, 'You have everything, but you are wasting your most valuable treasure, time. If you don't use it wisely, one day you will deeply regret it.' Richard laughed and dismissed the mentor's warning, saying, 'I have plenty of time. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want.' The mentor cautioned him, 'Do not take time lightly. It can ruin even the greatest of men.' But Richard ignored his advice. Years passed, and Richard grew old. His health deteriorated, his business started failing, and his employees left for better opportunities. His wealth slowly faded away, and he found himself alone. It was only then that Richard realized he had wasted his time on meaningless things. He tried to find the mentor to seek his advice, but the mentor was nowhere to be found. Richard regretted his actions, but time had slipped away. All his money and past success could not save him. In the end, Richard understood that time is the real treasure. Hearing this story, Ethan fell deep into thought. For the first time, he realized how much precious time he had wasted. He asked his grandfather, "Grandpa, can I still change my life by using my time wisely?" His grandfather smiled and said, "Of course, son. The wheel of time never stops. If you start using your time wisely from today, nothing can stop you from achieving success. But remember, never postpone anything for tomorrow. Do what you can today." From that day onwards, Ethan resolved to use his time effectively. He created a daily routine and allocated time for every task. He began waking up early, focusing on his studies, and avoiding unnecessary distractions. Gradually, he started seeing the results of his efforts. In the next exam, he topped his class. Eventually, he became a successful entrepreneur and inspired everyone with his disciplined lifestyle. The story teaches us that using time wisely is the key to success. Time, once lost, never returns. So, make the most of it and build a better future.